Work, a lot of heart, pulling long hours after dark. Time don't wait, so where do I start? I wanna be a legend, gotta make my mark. I'm trying to be the Kobe on the court of the game. I wanna hear all the fans scream my name. Encore, do it again. Hard in the paint, coach put me in. Took a lot of L's in the past. Hey man, I can't fail, I gotta make it all last. Time to tick, 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 tick. Getting the money and get it quick, quick, quick. Wake up early just to clock in. Chasing my dreams, I wanna live big. If you don't do it, no one else will. Achieving your goals, tell me how does it feel? Falling down ain't really what it seems. I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't wanna see you fraternize with the crew. Read my lips, I tell no lies. Me and you, never gonna intertwine. Now get your ass out my face, cause I'm about to shine. Do it very well, you know I did it. Raise the bar, they retreat back in their feelings. All of my enemies and frenemies, battle scars. Take my winnings with a motherfucking grain of salt. Salty, I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see 'em on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Me and you, never gonna intertwine. Now get your ass out my face, cause I'm about to shine. Do it very well, you know I did it. Raise the bar, they retreat back in their feelings. All of my enemies and frenemies, battle scars. Take my winnings with a motherfucking grain of salt. Salty, I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see 'em on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down.
Radiant team back. Tiny.
Shawty go nuts, yeah, shawty go crazy. Game like an Xbox, but no, you can't play me. Shawty got the whole club geek like the 80s. Life for the party, they say shawty go crazy. 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 Hey, I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Couple grand on my feet, then my boss shoe. Balenciaga for my baby, she a boss too. And check the tag, I ain't care what it costs. I'm the life for the party, but you already knew though. Got them all up in my section.
Radiant team back. You have 10 seconds left.
Hello and welcome to game number 1 in a best of 3 series between Apex Genesis and Fusion Esports. My name is Nick and we would be watching EPL World Series America 2023-24 season. Again, this is the first of 3 series which we would be watching today. This being the first one, which is Fusion versus Apex. The next one is going to be Infinity versus Hokori. And last but not the least, the last series of the day would be Lava versus Fusion. So very exciting day of Dota right ahead of us, and let's see what we have in draft in game number 1. Right on. So Apex Genesis have gone with Darkseer and Nyx Assassin as the first 2 choice of hero, and Fusion have gone with Tiny and Enchantress. Woot. It's after quite a long time I'm looking at an Enchantress. Tiny, Darkseer, and Nyx Assassin are kind of normal, but Enchantress is definitely something new which I'm looking at. Well, not in terms of Dota, but in terms of last couple of days at least. So that would be fun to watch, how this Enchantress is able to have an impact on this game. so we have a Jakiro, so a lot of magic damage heavy lineup coming from Apex Genesis. Of course, Enchantress is not a big fan of magic damage. Does not care much about physical, but magic damage is something has to be really careful about. Um, it's kind of funny. Chaos Knight actually made it through the banning phase, and it was basically an Ursa which got banned. The rest of the bans look pretty normal, but it's just that Ursa was banned instead of Chaos Knight. Well, definitely Apex knows something more than we do. That's the reason they might have banned out Ursa, or would be kind of, a hero whom they would not like to play against. Most probably, I don't know, maybe they're going for a morphling route that they have banned out the Ursa. But that would be something we'll find out soon enough. Well, they do this. Well, their offlaner is done. A couple of supports are done. We will be looking at an offlaner. A lot of offlaners still left in the pool. We have Doom. We have Ember. They decided to go with Ember, and now we'll have a couple of bans coming out from Fusion Esports.
You have 10 seconds left. You have 5 seconds left. Dire team ban.
Right, so a ban on offlaner, Brewmaster. Fusion are probably banning position ones. So which carry hero could be threatening for Fusion? Templar Assassin is still in the pool. That's kind of weird to see.
You have 10 seconds left.
Okay, what else can they ban?
You have
A lot of
5
carry
seconds
heroes
left.
left in the pool still. So Broodmother, yeah, Broodmother was the first hero to be banned out by Fusion. Sven is a ban they want to go with, not surprising. And the other one, what? Morphling? I think it's going to be Morphling.
You have 10 seconds left. You have 5 seconds left.
Right, so we have about a minute and 40 seconds left out with the reserve time. So pretty sure Fusion Esports are going to utilize their reserve time before we move into this draft. And just to remind you guys, this is game number 1 in our best of 3 series. This is the first out of 3 series which we'll be watching. So yeah, stay tuned for a lot of Dota. And we are still thinking on Fusion.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, so it is Monkey King banned out by Fusion. Let's see. They're looking for a mid laner on Apex, so no, on Fusion I mean. It's most probably a mid laner. Either they can rotate Tiny to the mid lane and pick up an off laner, since there are so many options available. In fact, that's how they're thinking. They did ban out Enigma, and we see Phantom Assassin. What? I'm excited, people. Let's see how pro players play Phantom Assassin. Which build exactly they go for would be interesting to
You
see.
have 10 seconds left. You have 5 seconds left.
Right, so an off laner or a mid laner is what we are looking at. In terms of hero, Doom can be picked up against Phantom Assassin, cool enough. Centaur is still left in the pool. We have Primal Beast as well, who is still available to be picked up in case Apex Genesis want to go that route. How efficient he is against Ember Spirit would be something which we'll have to see, wait and watch. Basically, it's Pangolea. Right on. So it's a nice draft coming out from Fusion and Apex. I kind of prefer the draft from Apex, honestly. But the draft from Fusion is not bad at all. So I guess I'll have to give them equal number of points in terms of drafting phase, and I think it's come out pretty much equal for both the teams. No major winners in the drafting phase for sure. And it would be interesting to see how the laning phase goes and how these people are transitioning onto the mid stages of the game. Whichever team is coming out on top would be a sight to wait for. I really like the Chikiro pick though. Against Chaos Knight can be really handy. Get clear out the illusions in case if he's able to get an Aghanim Scepter. But Chaos Knight himself should have a pretty much free lane in this game. In terms of laning phase at least, he should be doing pretty okay against Pangolea. Any which ways, this marks the beginning of game number 1 in a best of 3 series between Apex and Fusion. And let's see how the series go, guys. Wonderful.
Talentless. Are you ready?
Yes.
'Since we don't have any camera operator for today, so everything would be done by us, which should be so much fun to see. And yeah, all the best to us. In case if I miss out anything, guys, do let me know if I'm not changing a stat or something. Would love to go ahead and do it for you. But since we are doing everything on our own, yeah, this is going to be fun. Right, looking forward to the challenge though. That would be very nice to go along with. Alright, so game is good to go. We are looking at a smoke from Apex towards Dire Jungle, and Dire team are kind of replicating the move done by the Radiant team. Let's see if they are eventually going to move out in the Radiant Jungle, but that's something we'll have to wait and watch.
30 seconds to battle.
Exactly as we thought. Well, Apex have made their way into the Radiant Jungle, but I don't think there is going to be any engagement at the beginning of game number 1, and the scores are kind of going to be equal before the bell rings and the combat starts. Right on, so 2 runes for both the teams. Happy campers, happy start. No aggression as such from either of the teams. Kind of happy getting their rune and falling back into the area. Jakira is going to use. Does he have a stun? No, he did. He did have a stun, Chaos Bolt, but did not decide to use it. I would have used it just because it would have wasted an additional 75 mana from Jakiro. So, it was his choice rather. Any which ways, let's discuss the lane, people. It's going to be an off-lane Pangolier paired up with Rubik going against Phantom Assassin. and Jakiro. Jakiro starting off a little bit of harass damage onto Rubik, but yeah, PA should be able to pretty much get last hits on. I know he did miss a couple of last hits. That kind of sucks, but PA should be a-okay in the laning phase. Right. So now we have a position 5 and position 4 heroes, battling it out. A little bit of aggression kind of coming from Samson, and they should be able to successfully snag a kill onto Rubik. Samson, playing nice and aggressive early stages of the game, is able to get a little chunk of gold in his pocket. So I'm so glad that we did not miss first blood there. In the meantime, it's going to be mid laner Leo Style versus Wish on Ember Spirit and Tiny. Tiny should be pretty okay in this lane. Should not have any problems. And Tiny always has his last hit, so that hero would not be worried too much. So I think mid lane is most probably going to be the lane which is going to be the most peaceful in the context. Right, and in the top lane, we are going to see Darkseer paired up with Nyx Assassin going against Enchantress and Chaos Knight. Trying to stop the pull coming out of Enchantress. Enchantress would be too late in order to get the pull. Is putting out a little bit of harass damage onto Bignum on the Nyx Assassin, but the damage is definitely not enough in order to get a kill. Right. Again, well, Enchantress doing a little bit of chip damage. Is just that bringing HP down for Nyx Assassin.